Have you ever wondered who was the first person to lead Togo to independence? His name was Sylvanus Olympio. Born on the 6th of September 1902 in Kapando, then known as German Togoland, Olympio's journey would take him far beyond the borders of his birthplace. His thirst for knowledge led him to pursue education in Togo's local schools before venturing overseas to further his studies. In Germany and France, he delved into the worlds of law and economics, disciplines that would later prove pivotal in his political career. These formative years spent studying, absorbing diverse cultures, and gaining a global perspective laid a strong foundation for the young Olympio. His time in Europe not only enriched his understanding of the world, but also ignited a passion for his homeland's independence. This broad and diverse education would prove instrumental in shaping Olympio's future political career. Olympio didn't just become a leader overnight, he was an active participant in the fight for Togo's independence. Sylvanus Olympio's path to political activism was a journey fueled by a deep-seated passion for his people and his nation. His desire for a free Togo led him to become involved in political movements that were vocal in their opposition to colonial rule. But Olympio didn't stop there. Recognizing the need for a unified front, he co-founded the Committee of Togolese Unity, commonly known as COT. This organization played an instrumental role in rallying Togolese citizens, amplifying their voices, and pushing for the independence they longed for. It was through these efforts that Olympio demonstrated his dedication and commitment to the cause. His activism, his desire for independence, and his dedication to his people were not just a part of his character, but they were also the driving forces behind his rise to leadership. Olympio's activism was a significant driving force behind Togo's independence movement. After years of struggle and negotiation, Togo finally gained independence, and Olympio emerged as its first president. The journey to Togo's independence was a long and arduous one. It was a path paved with the resilience and determination of Sylvanus Olympio and his comrades. As a fervent advocate for Togo's liberation from colonial rule, Olympio co-founded the Committee of Togolese Unity, or CUT, a group that played a pivotal role in the nation's independence movement. Through diplomatic negotiations and political maneuvering, Olympio and the CUT sought to wrestle Togo from the grips of French colonial rule. Their relentless advocacy culminated in a historic moment on April 27, 1960, when Togo finally shrugged off the shackles of colonialism and emerged as an independent nation. This was a momentous occasion, not just for Togo, but for the entire African continent. It signaled a new dawn, an era where African nations could govern themselves, chart their own course, and determine their own destiny. With independence secured, Togo needed a leader, someone with vision and determination. The Togolese people found that leader in Sylvanus Olympio. He was elected as the first president of Togo, a testament to his dedication to the independence cause and his vision for a prosperous, self-governing Togo. As president, Olympio had the monumental task of nation-building. He had to transform Togo from a former colony into a thriving, independent nation. This was no small feat, but Olympio was up to the challenge. He was determined to lay a solid foundation for Togo's future, focusing on economic development, social progress, and the modernization of the country's infrastructure. Olympio's presidency was a beacon of hope for Togo. He represented the aspirations of a people yearning for self-determination and progress. His leadership was a symbol of the potential that lay within Togo and its people, a potential that was now, finally, within their own hands to realize. Olympio's presidency marked a new era of hope and aspiration for the Togolese people. As president, Olympio had a clear vision for Togo's future. He knew the challenges that lay ahead and understood the necessity of forging a robust nation from the ashes of colonial rule. His presidency was marked by a series of innovative and forward-thinking policies, each aimed at elevating Togo on the global stage. First and foremost, Olympio concentrated on modernizing Togo's infrastructure. He believed that a well-planned and efficiently executed infrastructure was the backbone of a thriving nation. Roads, bridges, and public buildings sprouted across the country, transforming Togo's landscape and facilitating smoother transportation and commerce. But Olympio didn't stop there. He knew that the true wealth of a nation lies in its people. Education, therefore, became a primary focus of his presidency. He encouraged the establishment of more schools, colleges, and vocational training centers, providing the younger generation with the tools they needed to shape Togo's future. His policies aimed to ensure that every child had access to quality education, regardless of their social or economic background. Yet, Olympio was not just a visionary. He was a pragmatist. He recognized the need to diversify Togo's economy and reduce its dependence on agricultural exports. He introduced measures to promote local industries and foster small and medium enterprises. Olympio pursued economic diversification with a fervor, turning Togo into a more resilient and self-reliant economy. In international affairs, Olympio worked tirelessly to strengthen Togo's diplomatic relations. He sought to position Togo as a responsible and active player in the global community, fostering relationships with other nations based on mutual respect and cooperation. His diplomatic efforts not only enhanced Togo's international standing, but also opened up new avenues of economic and cultural exchange for the country. Olympio's presidency was a time of rapid progress and development for Togo. His policies and achievements laid the groundwork for a prosperous and self-sufficient nation, a testament to his unwavering dedication and commitment to the people of Togo. His vision continues to inspire and guide Togo, even as it navigates the complexities of the modern world. Tragically, Olympio's presidency was cut short by a brutal assassination. A dark day dawned in Togo on January 13, 1963, when Sylvanus Olympio, the country's first president, was assassinated. The orchestrator of this grim act was none other than Sergeant Gnassingbé Eyadema, a name that would later become synonymous with Togo's longest period of authoritarian rule. Olympio's assassination was not merely a personal tragedy, but a national calamity that sent shockwaves through the political landscape of Togo. It signified a brutal interruption to the nascent democratic process, and a stark deviation from the path of progress Olympio had envisioned for his country. The aftermath of Olympio's murder was marked by a period of instability, as the power vacuum left in the wake of his demise was filled by a series of military coups. This cycle of political turmoil was eventually broken when Eyadema, the very man who orchestrated Olympio's assassination, seized control of the presidency. He went on to rule Togo with an iron fist for an astonishing 38 years, marking one of the longest reigns of any African leader. Ironically, Eyadema's rule highlighted the stark contrast between Olympio's vision and the reality of Togo under dictatorship. Where Olympio had strived for economic diversification and social progress, Eyadema's regime was characterized by economic stagnation and political repression. Yet, despite the tragic circumstances of his death, and the subsequent years of authoritarian rule, Olympio's legacy remains undimmed. His commitment to Togo's independence, his efforts towards nation-building, and his vision for a prosperous and progressive Togo continue to inspire many. In the annals of Togo's history, Olympio is remembered not just as its first president, but as a symbol of resistance against tyranny and oppression. His life and tragic death serve as a stark reminder of the complexities of political leadership in the aftermath of colonial rule. Olympio's assassination marked a period of instability and authoritarian rule in Togo. Yet his enduring legacy continues to inspire the fight for democracy and progress in Togo and beyond. Despite his untimely death, Sylvanus Olympio's legacy lives on. He is vividly remembered not just as the first president of Togo, but as a visionary leader who charted the course for his nation's independence and early development. The seeds he sowed in the fertile ground of Togo's nascent freedom have grown into the roots of the nation's identity, and his influence can still be felt in the country's continued pursuit of progress. Though his presidency was cut short, Olympio's impact was profound. His efforts to modernize Togo's infrastructure, promote education, and diversify the economy have left indelible imprints on the country's fabric. These strides towards economic and social development have set the stage for the Togo we know today, a testament to Olympio's visionary leadership. But Olympio's legacy is not confined to his accomplishments in office. His tragic death, in a coup led by Sergeant Gnassingbé Eyadema, who later became Togo's longest-serving president, has made him a symbol of resistance against tyranny and oppression. His assassination marked a dark chapter in Togo's history, a period of instability and authoritarian rule. Yet, it also underscored his unwavering commitment to Togo's sovereignty and the ideals of freedom and justice. In the face of adversity, Olympio stood firm, a beacon of hope in the fight for independence and self-determination. His courage and tenacity have inspired generations of Togolese and Africans at large, reinforcing his status as a symbol of resistance and resilience. Olympio's life and legacy are a reflection of the challenges and aspirations of post-colonial African nations. His story underscores the struggles for independence, the arduous journey of nation-building, and the intricate complexities of political leadership in the aftermath of colonial rule. Sylvanus Olympio's story serves as a poignant reminder of the struggles for independence and the complexities of leadership in post-colonial Africa.